Hi everybody, welcome to my review show. I'm eating this whale carcass for dinner. Today's weather will be 50% chance of cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Hold on a minute, that's wrong. Meatballs is not even a type of weather, it's food. I just said the title of the movie we're going to review, which is about food. Get ready because this review might make your mouths water and your tummies rumble.
Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard. While we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard, peas, pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys, indigestion.
The story. I'll tell you the story while I eat. A local scientist named Flint Lockwood has always been a failure, but when his town is stuck eating gross sardines, Flint wants to help the town so that they don't have to eat sardines anymore. So he invents a machine called the Flint Lockwood Diatomic Supermutating Dynamic Food Replicator, a machine that can turn water into food. He sends it up into the atmosphere and makes food rain from the sky. But suddenly, things get out of hand when the machine creates dangerous food storms. It's up to Flint to stop the machine before it turns the world into a monstrous foodtopia. I don't think I'm going to break any hearts when I say that the story is the same old underdog story retold so many times where the main character starts out as a loser, then becomes big because of a thing he did. Here's my only comment about the animation. Coincidentally enough, Flint and Sam actually look like if they were done by an actual animator who knows how to do his job. The characters. Now to eat up with the characters. Taken by inventing from a young age, Flint Lockwood developed many inventions with the intent to help but ultimately ended up causing more harm than good in most cases. Despite this, his mother supported him fully until the time of her death, which had little explanation or mention in the movie. His father was often skeptical of his inventions and tried to dissuade him from his hobby in favor of working at the family bait and tackle shop. Samantha Sam Sparks starts out being an enthusiastic weather intern who dreams of becoming a reporter until she is eventually revealed as a nerd. She almost gets her chance even after she is humiliated. She gets a golden opportunity when she meets Flint and helps him get the scoop on the food weather and save Swallow Falls from disaster. She is voiced by Anna Faris, who also voiced Jeanette the Chippette from the Alvin and the Chipmunks series and Jailbreak from the Emoji Movie. Steve the Monkey is Flint Lockwood's assistant. He loves gummy bears and destroys them when Flying Car 2 is attacked by them. He is voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, who also voiced Lou the Beagle from Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
True, he may not be a great cop, but he has the potential to be a great agent.
Brent was the official mascot of Baby Brent Sardines and during most of his life. He also was Flint Lockwood's bully, but eventually became his friend after a serious change of heart. Then there's Mayor Shelbourne of Swallow Falls, a depressing and forgettable island in the Atlantic Ocean. Desperate to become famous, Shelbourne tries to do whatever he can to attract tourists to Swallow Falls, and when Flint Lockwood's machine becomes the town's main attraction, he sees an opportunity to get what he wants. He is voiced by Bruce Campbell, who also voiced Flugax the Ant from The Ant Bully and Rod Took Redline from Cars 2. In the Latin American Spanish version of the film, the name of the protagonist is Flint Loco, which resembles the original Lockwood, but also gives Flint a mad scientist aura. Sam Sparks is also the name of one of the interns that worked on Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's television series Clone High. Steve is a vervet monkey. Here's some facts about the movie to feed you. The island on which the town of Swallow Falls is located corresponds to the real-life geographic location of Bermuda. This is implied at the beginning when the island is said to be under the first A in Atlantic, as Bermuda is the only island in the West Atlantic north of the tropics. It is later confirmed on a weather map towards the climax of the movie when the weather storm is clearly seen to originate several hundred miles off the coast of the Carolinas. When Flint is in his lab, visualizing with the 3D holographic images, he's wearing glasses with red and blue lenses. The glasses are a nod to the original 3D movies from the 1950s to the late 1990s, which required glasses with red and blue lenses in order to make the 3D effect. Nowadays, movies such as this film use a different form of 3D technology that uses polarized rather than colored lenses. When Flint is explaining how the machine can turn water into any kind of food, Sam asks if Jell-O is possible. Flint says yes, and then asks if she likes peanut butter. Sam says she is extremely allergic to peanuts, which prompts Flint to say, "Oh yeah, me too." In real life, Bill Hader is highly allergic to peanuts. This was the first Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures animation film to have an altered logo sequence. When the Columbia Pictures logo appears, a banana hits the torch lady and knocks her out of the image. During the Sony Pictures animation logo sequence, dark clouds uncover the end of the logo. After the reveal, Flint removes his hands and gets a good look at Sam. Then his eyes seem to get bigger because his pupils dilate. It has been proven by science that a person's eyes dilate by 45% when they see something they love, just proving the fact that Flint loves the nerdy side of Sam. When Flint makes a giant jelly palace to take Sam to, he makes a gummy Venus de Milo. A gummy Venus de Milo is an important plot point in an episode of The Simpsons. Several of the cast, including James Caan, Bill Hader, Neil Patrick Harris, and Mr. T, have starred in The Simpsons. The hallway entrance to the lab is a nod to the hallway Frank Poole is blasted through in the 1968 film 2001: A Space Odyssey. In addition, the curtain at the end of the hallway to the lab has a red circle in the center, reminiscent of the glowing red eye of the computer HAL from that film. As Flint is flying in his flying car, too, giant gummy bears attack the vehicle and begin tampering with the wings. This is a reference to the 2005 film Star Wars Episode III: Revenge of the Sith, when Buzz droids did the same to Obi-Wan and Anakin's ships. The directors originally wanted to get Electric Light Orchestra's title song from the 1980 film Xanadu to play under the end credits, but they couldn't find out who owned the rights. Miranda Cosgrove's Raining Sunshine was used instead. According to the director's commentary on the DVD, Earl was going to be a gym teacher and part-time cop. His profession was changed to a full-time cop only, but they kept the gym teacher's short shorts on him. Bill Hader, who voiced Flint, Andy Samberg, who voiced Baby Brent, and Will Forte, who voiced Joe Town, were all cast members of Saturday Night Live together for several seasons before this film. In one scene, a rainbow of little colored bite-sized candies ends in children's mouths. This is a reference to Skittles, a fruity bite-sized candy whose slogan is "Taste the Rainbow." The plot of the film has almost nothing in common with that of the book, outside of the fact of food falling from the skies and the town being called Chew and Swallow Falls. To make the sound of falling hamburgers, sound officials used wet rags and slapped them on wood. Snapping celery was used to make the sound of bones cracking. The external appearance of Flint's laboratory is modeled after Wardenclyffe Tower, which was Nikola Tesla's laboratory for wireless transmission experiments. Flint's email address is flockwood@flinternet.com. At the time of the movie's release, going to flinternet.com would redirect you to the movie's official website. This is the first Sony Pictures animation film to be produced in a 2.351 widescreen aspect ratio. All of their previous films were produced in 1.851. Just before Flint tests his invention for the first time, when he pulls the sketch off his wall of science heroes, there is a poster of Philo T. Farnsworth. Earl Devereaux has the exact opposite hairstyle of his voice actor, Mr. T. Instead of a T-shaped mohawk, Earl sports a T-shaped bald patch. Near the end of the film, when Earl Devereaux jumps through the tortilla chip, a giant letter T is left behind, representing the voice actor, Mr. T. Bill Hader never met Bruce Campbell during filming. He first met him on September 12, 2009, the day of the movie's premiere. You can hear the famous Wilhelm scream stock sound as the giant sardine fishbowl crashes through the amusement park. Neil Patrick Harris was originally offered the role of Flint, but he felt that the role of Steve was much more interesting. When Flint goes to plug his phone in his machine, the label above the COM port is "Welcome to Moose." Amy Poehler and Will Arnett planned to produce and star in the film during the early development stages. When the flying car 2 starts to sputter, Manny says, "Was it's does," which is German for "What is that?" One of the statues in the Jello is based on the Michelangelo's David from the Renaissance. In Israel, the film's title is "It's Raining Falafel." In Turkey, the title is "It's Raining Kofta." The door lock on Flint's laboratory is operated by a 1970s Simon game. The first Sony Pictures animation film to be rated U in the UK. Now I'm full from eating this carcass. My dinner is finished along with this review. As of now, all of you are excused.